What's up guys, welcome back to the next video on learning Python. My name is QTSDan and you guys watching my channel Koreawood. Alright, so we have seen if statements, we have seen else, we haven't seen elif. So in Python we have if, we have elif, and we have else. Sometime if you have two conditions, if you do this, if you do, say for example, if you do good, you're gonna get a reward, print reward. Otherwise print you're not a good person. So that's how there is only two condition with if and else. So but if you have more than two conditions, say condition 1 or condition 2, if you have like say 3 condition or 4 condition, you guys can use elif, provided you guys need to put an else at the end, because Python's gonna execute this. As we said, it's gonna execute line by line, and then Python's gonna get the elif, and then Python's gonna bump up again to elif, and then Python's gonna bump up to again elif. So and Python's gonna see again the elif, and finally when Python comes into this bump up to this else, then Python's going to stop this control flow, because else is the last stop for Python. But as far as Python's concerned, and you can put 100 of this elif, Python's just going to execute one by one each time. So you guys can use it in a game, you guys can use it in a grading system, you guys can use it with your number, you guys can use it with anything you guys like. So you guys, even if you guys can use it with your age. If his age is say 100, you're welcome to our website. If your age is not welcome, then you're not welcome to our website. If your age is say this much, then you go to kindergarten. So you guys can use this, and we're gonna see how we're gonna use that one. Say if you guys can use it with a variety of number of things, you guys can use it with say age. Say for example, we're gonna come here and we're gonna see how we can use our now we use else, if and else. So I'm gonna put a, say for example, height, for example. So we're gonna see the height. All right, so that's gonna be our variable. You guys can put a ht or height, whatever you guys can put any other variable. You don't have to put this. You guys can put a ght, whatever, height for short. So we're going to see the float, because our height's going to be say in centimeters, and inside the float you guys can put an input, and inside the input we're gonna put a type, your height, for example, type your height. All right, so now because we have too many heights, so we're gonna see if our height matches any height that we want. Say the wanted height, say we want to put if, say if height height is say for example is equal to say 1, we put a print, and then we put your too short, for example. And keep in mind, this is just an example, it's got nothing to do with the real world example. We put a elif, and you can see that Python is very clever. Elif, if our height's gonna be say 3.5, our height's gonna be 3.5. or you guys can put a comparison if it's equal to, or if it's greater than say this one. So if you guys gonna put your elif height is greater than 5, and then you guys can put a 3.5, then you guys gonna print you are short, for example. Okay, then we put another elif, and then we put a height is for example greater than say 5.0. then we're gonna print, and we say you are okay, normal. elif height is say greater than say 6.1. then we're gonna print, and we're gonna say you are too tall, for example. Okay, so the last one is we're gonna come here and we say else. We say any number that is not recognized, your number is not recognized. So now we have here height. Just keep in mind, this is just imaginary. We're just testing our computer program. It's got nothing to do with the real world anything else. So it's just example. Then there's just one of an example that we is going to give. So if whatever height is you're too short, or height is less than is greater than 3.5 or less than, you guys can put it here less than 3.5, or you guys can put it less than 1, less than greater than 5. You guys can put equal to 5, you're okay, or greater than 6.1, you're too tall. Now we're gonna come and see our program. We're gonna run, and we're gonna see what height we get. Say for example type your height, and I'm gonna put 1, you're short. So because it's gonna be 1, you guys can put this one, or equal to, or even now if you guys gonna put this one. So keep in mind, I didn't put an F here. I should have put an F. So for example, because I'm putting say 6.1, because I'm using a float, I use a float, but I didn't put an F. So we're gonna see that looks like we're gonna get error. So if I put a 1, your number is not recognized, because we didn't put a F here. So because the else is coming, so we're gonna say put a F. Okay, so you're okay. We're gonna put a F here, and we're gonna put a F here, and we're gonna put a F here. Okay, so now we're gonna run. Say you put your height, we put a 7.8, and you're too tall. You're gonna see that the too tall coming, because we put a 7.8, and that's a float. And if you're gonna come here and say we put a height is 4.0, your number is not recognized, because here we have less than, and we are you're short because it's less than. There is no such thing. We don't have anything that matches 4.0. but what about we put test our condition 5.0. so if you put a 5.0 and says you're okay, because this guy is gonna come here. Now we're gonna see, we're gonna remove this program, and we're gonna run another one, and this time is gonna be say grading system, for example. Just like before, we're gonna put a grade, for example. We're gonna put a grade, and the grading, keep in mind that's a float, because we put a 5.0 or 3.0, so it's a float. And in here we put an input, and we put an enter your number, so grade number, whatever. Okay, so enter your grade number. Now we start our program. We say if say grade is say for example less than, say 20, for example 20. Say now we're gonna change this. We say if is greater than or equal to, say 70, for example, because you need at least 70. You guys gonna say your grade is A, for example. Okay, then elif grade is, say for example say 50, for example. We say print your grade is B, is B. All right, so what about we're gonna have say 40 and 30. We're gonna come here and we're gonna say else if grade is for example greater than say 30. Okay, so now it's 30 or 30.0, for example, or you guys can put, because people put a float, 50.5 or 70.1. you guys can do this as well, and we can put a print, and you can put your is C, for example. Alright, so now we're gonna end. We have arrived to the end of our program, and we're gonna put a say your number is not recognized, because we don't want to disappoint anyone. We don't want to put anyone a grade D or F. Say your number is not recognized. Alright, so that's how you guys gonna make your program. Keep in mind we didn't put an F here, so we have to put an F. Okay, so now you guys gonna come and run. Say we put a 90 and your grade is A, for example. If you run again, say we put a say 30, we put a 20, your number is not going, because that's not in our number bracket system. So we got checking from 70 to 30. You're not checking the 20 score, because we don't want to give anyone F or D or fail, whatever, because we just say the number is not recognized. But you guys can do that if you want. Say we're gonna get a 30.0, and it says your grade is C. So if you can put a 50.0, and you say your grade is C, because it's comparing. So that's what elif is. And keep in mind, you guys, once you guys gonna put a if, then you guys gonna need to put a elif as many as you want, and you guys the end of your program is gonna be else, and after the else your program is gonna finish. That's the end of your if comparison, whatever you guys doing. So that's keep in mind, and at the end you guys need to put a else. Otherwise, if you put a elif, say like this, then you guys gonna get an error. Say the program is not gonna go ahead. See, all of a sudden Python's gonna come in, give you guys error. Say I'm not gonna go ahead. And if you want your programs to go run smoothly, you guys need to put a else at the end. Keep in mind. So that's how you guys gonna use elif, and you guys can use a else in Python. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked the video and you understood the idea of else and else. If you guys can think of many dozens of other problems. You guys can do comparison with the numbers. You guys can do comparison with the grading system. You guys do comparison with anything, with your friends, how many friends you have. If you have friends more than one, you are this one. Or you guys can do your school. If you are in this grade, if you are at the grade, enter your grade, what grade, say here, and if you go, your grade is greater than, say whatever grade, 10, 12, then you guys gonna say your grade is year 12. Your grade is year 12. You guys can do that. Say here your grade is you guys can do 10 or 8. So you guys can do that. Your grade is, say, 10, for example, year 10. And if your grade is then greater than, say, for example, 6, then your grade is year 6, for example. Then else your grade is, say, primary. You guys can do this way as well, because all of them's comparison, all of them we compare with a lot of things. So from primary we go from 1 to 6, and after the primary we go secondary school, and we go all the way to grade 12. So that's how we do the if and elif in Python. You guys can compare string as well. You guys can compare the math if you want, but in future videos we're gonna talk about the math, how we're gonna use the math. And you guys are going to be one day very comfortable with Python. You're going to use the if, elif, and you guys put an else. And keep in mind, you guys need to put an else at the end of this elif to finish the elif. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.